everybody, wanted to spend a little bit of time talking to you about the analysis section of your lab notebook. In a post-lab, I will tell you that the analysis section is the thing that I look at the most in terms of making sure that you understand what's going on in the lab. A lot of this other stuff that's here, all of this, and then all of this, and then even these things, okay, these show that you can kind of just do chem. Okay, the analysis to me is proof that you can think about it and tell me what it means. Okay, so I would definitely take the analysis as a serious part of the lab write-up. So let's look at what an analysis will look like. Of course, it'll have its heading, lab, whatever, and I'll use lab 1 as my example. Okay, lab 1, simple distillation. Okay, for the analysis, and I can't say this enough, if I could embed this in your brain like they do with Neo in the Matrix, I would do it. You need to make sure that your data supports your conclusion. Then, where do you draw your conclusion from? Well, the conclusion is drawn from the purpose of the lab. And particularly for lab 1, the purpose of the lab was to separate mixtures into their parts. So your conclusion, here's your purpose, your conclusion should be, did you separate it effectively or not? And if the answer is yes, you better give me data and observations that support that. Okay? So data like efficiency, data like boiling point, delta boiling point separation, observations like drips, drip rate, anecdotally, observations like temperature. All of those things lead you to determining whether you have separated the mixture or not. So when you write this up, and for this particular lab, you're going to have to do it for 3 different times. You're going to get into these things. Here's a huge warning. The thing that I hate, okay, the thing that I cannot stand that happens in analysis is students will just give me a list of all the information that they just told me. Okay, well, the drip rate was the efficiency was okay. This list of observations and data does not tell me anything. You need to give me some context for it. You need to give me an explanation. Okay? You need to explain why this information supports your conclusion. Or does it support your conclusion? Okay? If you just give me a list of data, that doesn't tell me that you know what it means. Okay? Every section of the lab notebook has its own reason for existing. So if you're just repeating other parts of your lab notebook, like your data table or your procedure, then in essence there's no reason to have an analysis. That's why the analysis to me shows whether you know how to think about chemistry or not. And to me, that's why it's so important, because it brings it from low level, like scribing work, to higher level, putting concepts together that students need to have in order to be successful in the future with chemistry. So if there's anything you're going to spend a lot of time on, I would spend the most time on the analysis. The last thing, and I'm 6 minutes in or so here, is that if you wish to type your analysis, I'm okay with that. Okay, when you type your analysis, though, just make sure you affix it 1 page for every page in your lab notebook, much like you would do the physical constants sheet. Okay, so there's my thing about the analysis. I hope that helps. Have a great day.